Let me answer this the way that I wrote this. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in that thin line between love and hate in terms of what this punishment looks like. I love the fact that they didn't terminate him. Being real, we talked about it on the call yesterday. I said, anything short of termination, I'm fine with. But then they had to do this. And by doing this, now I hate what they did. What did they do? They did something that I've noticed with a lot of parents, and now I'm noticing, obviously, with a governing body, in terms of these clean, convenient punishments. Your punishment is supposed to be the ultimate deterrent from actually death. Not just physical death, but death in terms of joy, death in terms of existence. Like, it's supposed to be the last warning before it's about to get real. And they don't give him a 5-game suspension that conveniently lines up with the end of the regular season, that opens up the opportunity for him to coach in either tournament, whatever Michigan goes to, Big Ten tournament, NIT, NCAA, etc. Another clean, convenient punishment? Let me give you an example why I hate these. Remember little Timmy that went to the game with his owner granddaddy? Okay. On Thursday, Timmy's at school. He burns down the damn school, the whole school, gone. Timmy did that. My bad, just a couple matches, right? And it's Thursday. He comes home. Mom, Dad. And they like, we already know. You in trouble. You're on punishment, Timmy. Now, meanwhile, they have a big worldwide trip vacation already planned for Saturday. You know what I've heard some parents do? You're on punishment for 2 days, Timmy. So we can make that flight for that damn vacation we already got booked. Or, worse, when we get back from this vacation, Timmy, hey, man, NCAA, do better. like, make him feel the pain of the punishment. You just told him, take a little break before the tournament. To me, too clean, too convenient.
I respect it.
Let's go. Keep clapping them hands. I love it. On this show, we ain't going to do these round numbers either. 600,000, no, 640,000. That 40,000, that's American income, damn it. You over here slighting it like 40,000 don't matter. Acho, I hate to do this to you, but I love to do it. Famous people, wealthy people, know that they pay a tax socially. And they certainly know that they pay a tax when it comes to punishment. Anytime you could get a gotcha moment on someone famous and wealthy, you even talked about it yesterday, ambulance chasers, right? Who are you gonna sue? There's 4 people in that car. You're gonna sue the richest one, right? Oh, he the one that did it. Juwan Howard, not only are you gonna pay the wealth tax, you're gonna pay the famous tax. You are the head coach of Michigan, and you were on the Fab Five. Guess what? You're going to have to pay a tax on this because you're the most famous of the bunch. We have to hang you up high and dry. With that said, you mentioned the players that have been suspended as well. That balances the scales to some degree. But more than that, I think what's at play here is the same dynamic I was just talking about with rich people and famous people. This is why so many people settle when they're rich and they're famous. And everyone always assumes they're guilty. They're guilty. Nah. They already know I'm going to pay the tax, and the tax is going to be doubled if I go through the process and still have to pay because I know I was chosen in part because I'm rich and or famous. Juwan Howard had to take this punishment. What were the choices? What's the consequence if he doesn't take this? Termination. He's like, I'm already a second-time offender. I'm already famous. I'm already at my alma mater, and I have a name, and I'm a brand walking. So to me, this was appropriate. We're going to talk later about University of Wisconsin and Greg Gard, the grabber, and what he should have been given. And I don't want to spoil that moment right there. But I knew Juwan Howard was going to take the most. I knew Juwan Howard had to get a chunk of flesh taken from him. And to me, it seemed appropriate.
But, Sal,
it actually does make sense. And we're not going to do this on the show again. You said $300, and then he makes what, 100 times more?
3,000. What's
10,000 more times. And then if you really want to add the point, too, 10,006. We're not doing that on this show. We're going to do this right. All right, here's the thing. Acho, stop starting from this whole premise of making it make sense. This is not for that. This punishment is what you're supposed to do to the people online who wants to make sense of this. So this is what they in general do in terms of handing out punishments. They wait to read the tea leaves. They wait to see the backlash. They actually somehow, some way feel like they come up with a metric based on response. And it has to be a punishment that you feel, And it has to be a punishment that the people who are crying out also feel. And what is that middle number? Because you can't go excessively one way with the people online. His head. And then you can't go excessively with Juwan Howard. I said, I'm sorry, damn it, what's up? You're right. You got to find a middle ground. To me, 5 games sounds good, except in line perfectly. Go 4 or go 6. Something in line perfectly. We're like, that's the only amount of games we have left. What number did you have in your head before all this went down?
Very simple. I think 10.
I feel you. I feel you in rhetoric. You're right. I feel you in logic.
That's all.
Now, to monetize that, to materialize that is the rub. That's the tough part. Because he just lost. Like Juwan Howard, you said, makes 3.2, right?
Sorry.
And there's still 40 games in the college basketball season, I assume. That's $80,000 per game. That's $400,000 he just lost on top of a $40,000 fine. $440,000 gone.
Roughly, yep.
Roughly. Acho, you don't think that's enough? Is that enough pinch? That's a pinch. That's a big pinch. Me and you, when we up here, we having fun. Whatever it is, it's a different emotional context. But when we start betting, we get to about 1,000. And then it's like, yo, I'm out.
I tried to do 5 on you.
You did off camera, though. You wasn't bold on camera saying that 5. Hey, forget it. I've been here before. 440 right now. Put 440 stacks on something. Would you do it? Not a damn thing in this world, right? Including Juwan Howard. He's like, that punch wasn't a $440,000 punch. But according to the NCAA, it was. To me, that appeases both crowds. You took a chunk of flesh, and you also took a chunk of his wallet.
We're going to get back to that.
All right, we're going to get to that. Coming up, LeBron said he became the GOAT in 2016.